Good evening, Twitch. How you doing? It's Monday night. We are back. Another edition of Beat the Backlog, and we're going to head on back into Hand of Fate 2. I'm actually really glad to go back to this game here. Had a great time doing the Game Sharks challenge, and even playing a little bit of Overwatch. I haven't had, definitely I'm not a huge fan of Moira's aiming. I think if anything though, that's because I don't adjust the mouse acceleration. I don't adjust my own actual settings and stuff. I'm sure once you do that, and it's great because actually in Overwatch they allow a lot of customization, so I can actually fix that with Moira. Maybe I could actually aim a lot or easier to track opponents. Because the moment they fall out of that little dot there, that's it. You lose that vampiric suck ability. But speaking of vampires and such, we actually should go back on into Hand of Fate 2. So let's boot that up and let's get right on into the game. The dealer's game. Really enjoyable game. I've had fun actually going through this game. Really difficult, really challenging. I've also played a lot of ARMS too, just as a side note. Before we jump on in that officially. Been playing that, and finally I've really actually been enjoying the Switch. Well, I may not have been able to get a lot of games from the Toys R Us coupon code, because I was... Lesson learned, if there's ever that sort of deal again, like a coupon code error, always order in-store pickup. Because I could have gotten like 4 games for $120, but I picked up Fire Emblem Warriors, I picked up ARMS. They were the only ones that actually were in my local location. So I picked up those two. Cost me $90, but hey, at least I can actually say I have games for the Switch aside from Super Mario Odyssey. But I've been enjoying playing ARMS. Getting a lot better at that game. A lot of little things I don't like about it. Some things I do, I like that it's a new IP. I'm always a fan of seeing new IPs. I love seeing new IPs get their chance in the spotlight, get their support, get the fair shake they deserve. And I like within games, even the games like Hand of Fate 2 here. I like Hand of Fate. I like Hand of Fate 2 as well. For different reasons. But I like that they exist. All of the developers are actually able to make a career out of making these games and such. And I'm also planning to go to the PlayStation experience. However, I don't know why, but I wasn't able to buy the tickets today. They're not sold out. They're nowhere even close to selling out. The PlayStation experience is happening on December 9th and 10th, if I remember correctly. It's on the weekend. And it wouldn't accept my credit card. Don't know why. Tried all my the methods of payment. Wouldn't accept any of them. But hopefully though, plan to go there. Hopefully have a good time. It's only the 2-day pass. I don't know if I'm going to be going 2 days because I'm not doing like a stay at the hotel or anything like that. I'm just gonna drive on down. Drive on down there and go and check it out. Have myself a good time down there. But though, when we jump on in, we have a lot of challenges to do here. Oh, this is gonna get confusing. One thing Nintendo actually has been doing is do the whole, what was it? Okay, on a PlayStation controller, they have circle, where the A button is on Nintendo controller. They have that as their, accept. And have X as cancel. They kind of have that thing going on right now, and I have a little bit of... And it's reversed on me when you play more, more Xbox-based games. But in our last episode of Beat the Backlog here, we actually beat a couple more challenges. We beat the Hanged Man, we beat the horde of Northerners invading, and we also beat Death. We have the hired gun, and it was actually our first Brimstone boss card. I didn't even know those existed, which was a pretty brutal boss fight, actually. But for now, though, we're going into Temperance. Let's see what this actually is. Temperance and tarot cards, I actually looked this up. Apparently it meant to be, balance in all things, but apparently a tarot card is balance in all things. When I first read it, I think like, oh my god, no alcohol. During the worst famine in history of the Empire, an unnatural power is causing the dead to rise and stalk the land. The famine has made food scarce. Avoid starvation. Destroy the source of the undead. So we're going to be fighting a lot of undead here. You know, we really don't give the soldier enough of, enough due. Things that give us food. So bad. You know, we'll take the Inn by Sea as our new card. I think one thing I'm realizing is with this game, and it's its strength, but it's also my main criticism, is that because you don't know what these cards do, it's very chaotic or very dangerous just to throw a bunch of new cards in your deck like you would be able to the old one. The old one actually encouraged throwing in random cards, because the end objective was just simply destroy the big boss at the end. This one here has the challenges tailored so specifically that you actually want to... I'll add this actually since it has a token. That you actually want to build your deck in a very specific style. We'll add the... Simply ask the old main for food. Let's see. I have a platinum card. Avoid starvation. Would be a bad one, actually. You can gain food from this? Hey, how's it going, Robbie? Oh, you should put the death arrow that you got in there last time. No, so it's not an encounter. We're still on the encounter phase. I'm just trying to think. What cards...
You do like that one, don't you?
It gives me food. I need food right now. Empire Fort is actually a pretty good one. Find the Wild is actually good. Friendly Innkeeper, I could just buy food. General Store. You were just thinking about it. I don't want to do Helpful Priest. He'll just take all my food. What's this? One Drunken Knight. You know, we don't actually do that one enough. Take that one. Also add... Oh, okay, Stirring the Mire's only equipment. Okay. We'll do Street Fight, and we'll do that. The healer, gain life, it's also a shop for food. Trading house, trade things for food. No, that'd be a good card. I need things that just give me food. Will give me food. Huh? Alright, we'll add Wetland Ambush then. Actually, no, we won't. No, Ambush is... If it's... No, we need things that just gain food. We'll go with that. Let's see here. Did we have Death's Arrow? Is that an equipment? Reaper's Arrow. Okay, so it's a, it's an artifact. Let's add Reaper's Arrow then, since you want to add, since you said you want to add, the Reaper's Arrow. We'll definitely add the Armor of Gluttony. That will definitely help us, starve. We'll also add the Pious Robes. That will also be very useful. We'll add... Let's see... Raining Rebirth? When skeletons reanimate, they drain life from enemies around them. Avoid failure. Unblast. Did it say corrupted or... Okay, it's undead. It's specifically undead. Let's see. What's good at killing the undead? Corrupted. Don't know what Coward's Bane does. That's also corrupted. Harvester Blade. That's a big axe. Holy Mace. Humble Hammer, what do you do? I'm gonna gain, like, a lot of fame. Oh, I'm dead. Sacrificial Blades, perfect. I make the minus food option in Twitch. You're free to make the decisions you wish. You're free to make the decisions you wish. I am not going to stop you in that regard. I will add for money. Actually, no, we'll do that. That's actually perfect. We'll add the golden items. Yeah, we'll add the Holy Mace. Relying on... take a DCS Charm too. But you want to take Reaper's Arrow, so let's take Reaper's Arrow. Armor Gluttony. I need a helm. Gambler's Hood. I'm curious what the Imperial Helm does. I do want to add a couple of things. Where are they? Food, we'll take that. I don't know what the others do. Dice Game, Fire Resistance, Easy Escape, Stunted Healing, Wide Beam, Undead Resistance? Undead Resistance. I always, like, honestly, like I said, this is my main criticism of the game, is that once you get a certain set of gear or cards, you'll want to be more conservative. And with the way these challenges are shaping up, it's becoming a lot stricter. There's not as much room for error. And that to me is the big, you know, I guess bugbear I'm having with this game here. What's this here? Blast 40 Empire enemies as a block. Okay, now we're not even gonna be able to fight. We're not even gonna be able to fight that. I guess. I don't have anything that's undead. Let's bring money then. Actually bring... And... a shield. What's Chieftain next does? 23. Also does 23. Yeah, well... Hammer or helmet? It's just a helmet. It's just a really good helmet. I guess we'll take... We'll be starting with no armor. Alright, fine. Well, no armor then. I do want to change one thing, though. If I'm bringing in... Okay, tart slides and exotic pies. That's actually really good. I don't like ambush. Ambush is just fighting for no good reason. Something else that'll give me food. Finding trail is actually not bad. Bridge skirmish. Dark alleys. Good old dark alleys. I always like dark alleys. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Alright. During the worst famine in the history of the Empire, an unnatural is causing the dead to rise and stalk the land. Let us begin the game of Temperance.
The Empire works against its own people, yet none of it matters. There will be no uprising as long as they are fed. Yet, take away their bread, and even the most peaceful begin to consider the songs of revolt.
Is it just me, or was that hourglass... That hourglass wasn't always there. How's it going, Ninja Zombie? How are you doing a game of cards? Like I said, this is my limit of enjoying card games. I remember, like, that and Phantasy Star Online Episode 3. That was my limit of enjoying a lot of card games. The innkeeper joins you at your table. I have some information. The Reaper was paid up front by a halfling known as Gerek Draukin. The price was apparently an entire cartload of gold. He made the contact and then left the city. Well, let's ask about Gerek. A mercenary. He was employed by the Imperial Army for several years until they wiped out the halfling kingdoms. Since then, he works for the highest bidder. He was last seen on the road to Bridgemore Village, a farming village in the outer provinces. The whole area is up in arms with this famine going on. If you want my advice, you should leave the city. Forget this life of death and glory. Find peace in whatever far-off land you can, before your enemies catch up with you. Who knows what calamity will befall when they find out you're still alive. And we depart for Bridgemore Village. Alright, we're on a game. Wow, we're even on revenge. We play a lot of dry sea. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that term. CRPGs? This is basically a dry CRPG plus Magic the Gathering. I never understood how to play Magic the Gathering. I tried it once with like a starter deck, and another guy knew really how to play, and it's like, here, I have infinite spawning monsters. Alright. Apparently we have to save more villages, or 10 villagers lost. Computer RPGs. Okay. So like World of Zine and such, then. It's been that long since I played this type of games. And the voting begins.
In a world that has lost all of its wonder, violence, muscle, and brute strength still remain. So like the usurper in all its ways.
You are cautiously approached on the trail by a group of farmers. Greetings, friend, one of them begins. Are you in need of some supplies? The group explains that an evil ogre has stockpiled rations in his cave not far away. They intend to fight the creature and retrieve the goods to feed their families. Would you be willing to tag along for an equal share of the food? Hey, how's it going, Proof Gold? So what do we do here? Do we fight the ogre? Get some food? Or do we not say, no, no thank you? Apparently the ogre's name is Thomas. Which is terrible, because once we know their name, now we have a bond with them. Alright, you guys want me to kill the ogre? Let's go kill the ogre. You set out at once for the ogre's lair. Along the way, they explain exactly what sort of beast is awaiting you. Cassius, the baker, told me that it broke into a shop last month looking for food. It set the whole place on fire while raiding the oven. Let's listen to more stories. It ate my nephew's dog right there in front of him. Little Joseph was out collecting firewood when the great hairy beast plucked his dog off the ground and swallowed him with one bite. It's huge and nasty, the taller farmer says. My cousin saw it eat 5 live chickens in a single bite while it was stealing his cows. I'm sorry, I love apparently listening to these stories. The mayor went to visit his prize-winning horse last week and found nothing but in the stall but a torn saddle. Not a drop of blood. The beast must have picked it up and eaten it and taken it home to eat. Ask if whether any of them have seen any ogres. The group is suddenly quiet as they exchange glances. No, one of them offers. My Aunt Maddie swears that it ate all the radishes in her garden. The monster's lair is just up ahead, one of the farmers comments sometime later. Is it now? A deep voice is it now? A deep voice inquires as the monster in question strolls into view. The speechless farmers hastily retreat as the ogre stops to inspect you. My name is Thomas, and this is my domain. What business have you here? So do you demand they return the stolen food, or do we attack the beast immediately? But how are you guys doing tonight? Hopefully your weekends was actually very good. Alright, you guys want me to ask what is going on here? I've stolen no goods from these humans. What food I possessed I earned with my own hands in this forest. Your desperation does not give you the right to take what is rightfully mine. The farmers managed to find their voices, throwing all manner of accusations at Thomas, who merely shakes his head in response. Believe what you will, warrior. but know that I will defend my home. He lifts his weapon purposefully, saying, I may be more reasonable than most of my kin, but thought without action is pointless, after all. Well, we have a choice to refuse to fight, or we can fight the ogre. This is a hairy predicament we put ourselves in. But, so is the life of an adventurer. Oh, nice. Robbie wants me to refuse to fight. Zombie wants to... Alright. Alright, you guys want me to fight the ogre. We're fighting the ogre. Thomas, I'm sorry. Thomas prepares to fight, saying, you must do what you think is right, of course. Hey, this is part of the game, Robbie. Part of the game. And that's also what makes this game have such great replay value. Hello, Thomas. Innocent or not, the time for words has passed. The ogre's Stex hide reduces damage by 4, making low damage weapons less effective. Beware. Blood deals devastating damage. Evade or perish. It would also be nice. Oh! Oh! Okay. I was about to say, there's kind of a glitch going on here. Thomas's Bane, that was apparently an achievement. You and the farmers raid Thomas's supplies. Free food.
The people need food, and they turn to you because their leaders have failed them. The land itself has failed them.
Rest in peace, Thomas. At least you gave me an achievement. You are surrounded by hungry, armed villagers. A few push forward to confront you, while many more hang back out of harm's way. Please, my children are starving. Every food you donate will feed 2 angry villagers. I guess I can't... So I guess this is one of those things where I have to... Or we have to decide. Oh, this is going to be one of those missions where basically we can't lose all those villagers. So basically the villagers are basically going to be fighting us as well. So any chance we're going to have an opportunity to fight villagers. Since we're going full asshole. I don't know about that. Yes, we did kill Thomas, but at the very least he did give us some food. I see 50-50. Only the start. Thought we had 3 people watching, but I guess not. Alright. Let's see. I am curious. I want to see what happens if we claim we have no food. They're lying! A woman calls out from the back of the crowd. You can fight your way through the people, or try to push your way through. Alright, let's try and push our way through. The crowd moves forward, tearing at your clothes in packs. Oof. Oh my god. You do what you can to protect yourself without hurting anyone and flee. You hope they manage to find food somewhere, somehow. You lose Estrella for 3 turns. Oh, that was bad. Of which... I'm actually curious here. What's the equipment we can actually buy? And of course, because it's a famine, we can't buy food since they have no food. That's That's a nice touch. That's a nice touch. Exploring the wilds. With no idea of the lay of the land, you do not know what lies ahead of you. It's fine. We'll be fine. At least we have food to heal. Like I said, this is definitely going to be a difficult challenge. And that's my main criticism. It's like the challenges start to... it's a three-way, but Proof Gold went first, so... Dangerous Wilds! The wilds are home to many rebel, criminal, and beast. Fighting the Sex of Steel. I forgot what I had to do with this card, with the hammer. I think I had to bash shields? I think it's bash shields. Let's bash some shields. And it's also our first time using this hammer. A nice sturdy hammer. The worker's hammer. There are subtle weapons. There's the weapons for delicate and skilled hands. And then there's this. Don't you even? You're all terrible people. Beat you up with my hammer. All these people want to go and smack me with their stuff. One thing I have learned, though, from this is that when you have the two blocks appear, you'll only block one, but then the other enemy will then proceed to make his attack. With the battle resolved, you scavenge what you can from the remains. Armory equipment.
Consider your actions carefully, if you would be worthy.
Alright, save that. Game 3 reveal encounters. The general store. I'm actually curious enough to actually go there myself. The shopkeeper nods as you enter. Adventurer, how's the world out there? Ooh, we can see what the Reaper's Arrow does. Death's Touch. Inflict 200 damage to a living enemy when activated. Undead are immune. Ignores armor. Brimstone Bane. Deal 25% damage to brimstone enemies. Interesting. A Holy Mace. Perform a powerful strike that creates a holy blast. The blast deals 125% damage to undead. Bash deals additional damage to armor and enemies while they block. Susceptible to evade. Cannot riposte. Hard to kill what's already dead. Yep, indeed. There's undead resistance, but you know what we have to buy. Oh, that is stupid expensive. I wish we had it. I wish we had the armor of gluttony. How much is healing? That's also not great either. That's tempting, actually. That's actually tempting. We could sell the blades and it'll get put back into the deck. Oh, we can actually also see, well, we could always see what this does. Oh, never mind. Oh, inventory, that's it. Bash 40 empires as they block. Okay, so basically as they block, so I have to attack them and they have to block. Expensive, but it's the only way to it. Alright, let's leave.
Seek, but do not starve.
An uneasy silence fills the air on a moonlit night, prompting you to continue your journey without stopping to camp. Let's go forward. Although you keep one hand on your weapon for the entire journey, nothing reveals itself as a threat. Oh, I think that was the decision we could have made. Oh, make camp. Okay, yeah, we could have actually made camp. Oh, thank God, the blessing. We thank you for the gift. You feel cold stone against your cheek, head pounding, you open your bleary eyes. The unmistakable scrape of metal wakes you from your slumber, and you slowly take stock of your surroundings. It's been a while since we've done a labyrinth card. Wasn't your choice? Oh well. There are other opportunities. Alright, we need to take stock here. Gold. Gold. This is... okay. Alright, we'll go this way for now. Hang on a second. Don't. Gold. More gold. Oh, I'm not a fan of this. Okay. Oh! Food. I'm sorry, I'm focused here. This is... okay. Everything's fine. More gold. Yeah, this actually isn't such a bad card. I thought this was actually a terrible card. I thought I also removed this from the deck. I think I still have... no, we took care of the center. Okay, we're done here. And we're out of here. I do a good job killing myself every single day of my life. But at the end, it is your choice. You follow the stairs upward until you emerge in a forest, the morning sun burning your eyes. You fumble in your haversack for something to eat. Happily, you find a half-eaten pasty, and you try to find your way out of the woods.
The well-fed are unpredictable. The hungry always seek a meal, through force if necessary.
More hungry villagers. We need food. We can claim we have no food. Give them 1 food, 2 food, or 3 food. So basically, the objective for the golden token is we can't kill these villagers. I have a feeling that if we do claim we have no food, we will die. I can tell you that right now as a fact. And that is something I personally want to avoid. You hands out some food. A few villagers grab what they can and run off. Having dealt with those villagers who are the most aggressive and desperate, the remaining mob reluctantly allows you to leave. Okay, so apparently appeasing them is fine. But we have a street fight. We can fight Northerners, we can fight Empire, or we can fight some thieves. We would probably be best suited to fight either the Northerners or the Empire. Thieves would actually probably take us way too long. Will hopefully yield us some reward. Fight the Empire, see fight some fight some thieves. Personally, given that we currently have the... actually, can we even equip the... requires 17 fame, we can't even use the sacrificial blade, so fighting the thieves actually wouldn't be a good idea. Alright, we're fighting some Empire. I won't be going for the token, I'll be... actually, I probably actually will be by accident, considering I'm swinging a heavy weapon. Oh, thank goodness, I have the soldier back.
Rolling in the streets like commoners. I hate the devil.
Damn it.
On my mark.
Smashing! Oh, phew. Execute. I didn't know she put him in execute status. That looks painful. You're one to be reckoned with, the organizer comments as he brings forward a chest. 5 food, thank goodness. And 10 gold. More gold! If only the villagers needed gold. Yep, no. Exquisite blade. Let's keep exploring. That is the next level.
These tokens represent the expansion of the game. More options, more cards, more opportunities.
Without having to pay for DLC. So, we're here to collect the dead. Oh my god, already. The
Back
dice.
to the bones. I hope you have learned to be their master.
17! Nice.
A win here sets the tone for your challenge.
Free food. More dead. So, another 16. That is... oof. That was a poor roll. That was a very poor roll. Collected 30 deceased. 30 gold. Oh, we have plenty of gold, just no food. The Old Maiden. Walking through a shady forest, you encounter a frail old maiden. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm going to just simply ask for food. I'm going to ask for supplies. I don't even know what the Old Maiden wants. I think she's actually related to Malclips. And there's our first punishment by the chat. Thank you guys for taking away 3 food. The 3 food the Old Maiden just gave me. All the way. Alright, let's do this again.
Hunger. It chews at you. This whole land is starving, and you are left with only hard choices.
You wake one night to the sound of rustling. With a start, you realize there are thieving hands pilfering your supplies. You lunge for the closest thief. You lose 3 food.
Here we see yet another wheel, each different, yet each bearing their own similarities.
You catch
Should help.
You catch the thief with his hand in your supplies and quickly snatch the bounty back. You easily hoist your attacker off their feet with they're no common bandit. You are face to face with a dirty, sickly child. Please, he stammers. They can't feed us at home. We have to take what we have just can get just to survive. So, we can offer them some food, or we can give the child nothing. Honestly, I should have taken the general store. Just to be a jerk. Against my better judgment. Alright, well, guess you guys want me to offer him food. Taking pity on the child, you give him some of your supplies. Bless you, mercenary, for your good heart, he exclaims, and runs off happily with his prize. You lose 1 food, but you gain 2 fame. And you also get a blessing. Reduce the speed of a wheel gambit. Actually not a bad blessing. Goblin Town! Green lanterns cast the streets in a murky light. Crowds of goblins go about their business while hooded figures lead rodent-like beasts of burden to the market. In the distance, a mountain of gold glitters enticingly. Lines of goblins are arrayed around it like spokes of a wheel. I believe the food will be in Goblin Town. Yes, you could vote for Make Me Leave, if you so desire. I'm prone to explore Goblin Town because there is actually a risk of losing health there as well. But between them, I'd rather explore Goblin Town. Ooh, there's some risk there. How badly can we explore Goblin Town? Apparently very badly. Very badly indeed. Okay, card number 2. You say the invisible card? Also card number 2. Huge failure! Out of the way, out of the way! 2 goblins carrying a towering cake comes rushing through the street towards you. You leap out of the way, twisting your ankle on crooked cobblestone. Suddenly, urgent horns blare an alarm throughout the city, reverberating off the cavern walls. Goblins and hunted folk alike drop what they're doing to rush towards the exit tunnels or jump into portals popping up here and there. The ground rumbles underfoot as a choking black gas begins to seep into the cavern. Pack your things and hurry towards the nearest exit. We're getting nothing from Goblin Town. More hungry peasants. Oh my god. How's it going, Rat Bastard? How are you doing? Need to give them all the food. One person says 1. Like no food. Oh, this is tough choices here. How many food gathering cards do I have left? How many food gathering cards do I actually have left? If random. Give 4, I'll have 6 left. I'll rather go with Rat Bastard says we'll give all the food. That's a lot. Yes. Oh! More hungry peasants. It's not a bad option, honestly, giving them 1. I don't know why am I exploring this entire thing? I shouldn't be doing that. I can give 2 food. And claim I have no food. So, should I fight them? Or just push my way through with what food I have left? Because I remember how much 2 hurt. Guys are voting to push our way through. Push our way through. 10 max life. Fine, that's fine. That's fine too. That's fine as well. Fine. I'm okay with that. Okay, that's fine.
Your supplies are running low. Make your choices carefully.
One night, you wake to the sound of a rusty wagon wheel passing on a nearby trail. Cautiously, you sneak closer to observe the scene. A dredge of skeletons is slowly dragging a wagon full of corpses through the forest. They seem oblivious to your presence as they continue their journey. Do I attack them, do I follow them, or do I ignore them? I'm actually curious about this. It's a very interesting decision here. I want to follow them. After tedious hours of trailing the macabre brand, you approach a hill far from any settlement. Atop the hill stands a stone circle, marked with the eldritch runes. The skeletons drag their prized haul into the center. A sudden flash of blinding light forces you to look away. When your vision returns, the circle is empty, apart from the abandoned wagon. Okay. The undead, they're striking. I think the hammer specifically wants Empire. Like more. Oh! Okay, they throw stuff. Armory gain. The Holy Mace. Complete the High Priestess with this item and 12 blessings.
A weapon of blessings and questions.
Alright, let's go with the Holy Mace then. You leave the broken bones of peasants scattered across the field and continue your quest. Yeah, but that's part, like I said, this is part of the journey though, is having that Twitch integration and to see how well it actually, goes with it. Makes every person's experience even all the more difficult. I mean, honestly, I would like to beat the game because the purpose is to beat the backlog, but then again, I have final say on everything. I could, basically, if we fail the challenge, I will actually then have the mindset like, alright, I'll override every single person's vote just to beat the stage. Because the only thing you'll be doing is like, okay, you make the game longer, which I'm fine with. I actually like playing this game. And I get to have more fun playing it. Tarts, pies, and exotic lies. To your surprise, you chance upon a wooden cart stacked with pies and fruit. Your stomach rumbles at the sight. Hungry peasants surround the cart, counting their coins worryingly. You sense the prices may be quite steep. The old farmer hawks his wares passerbys. Tarts, pies, and exotic lies. Chester nods glumly as you approach. What would you like to buy on this terribly dreary morning? I'm sorry, I'm going to buy pies. We're buying pies first. As always, the pies have been selling steadily today. Chester considers his coin chest for a while, before he finally decides on his price. For food, it's either going to be 10 gold or it's going to be 30 gold. One of the two. Go to sold those sacrificial blades. Number 4. 10 gold. We'll pay Chester. Chester passes you the pie, then he moves on to another customer. Sorry, chum, times are tough. I got to give everybody a fair share. What's actually also interesting about this game is that they actually made the cards dynamic to the encounters that you actually play. Something tells me I could have bought... Like, normally I'd be able to buy more pies, but I guess because of the famine, I'm not able to. Oh my god almighty, why? This challenge is brutal. So either I start to starve, or I take more damage. It's not a happy middle ground, I'll tell you that much. I'm curious, what happens? I can fight. or I can push my way through. I'm honestly curious if this actually can kill us. 10 villagers lost. I can't believe 10. I'm gonna try and push our way through. 15 life. 15. 10. 15. We're dead. Yep. Wow, it's 2 cards.
Now death comes to you. This story ends here.
Wow, the Defiant Dev. Dude, making this brutal. Like, the challenges are getting super...
Still many who can be saved.
Super specific to your deck building. Like, that, if anything, is honestly the biggest critique. I think it goes so hard in one direction that it doesn't... Can't have that one. Goblin Town's too risky. We need things that also give us money. Well, we actually technically do have things that give us money. I actually know what to... I think I know what I can do, though. Shrine would be nice, actually, because that's extra life, but I'd rather have food. What? What did the blue do? Highest robes are the way to go. Yeah, that or, you know, that or the, I have that, actually, in the deck. I just never found, like, there's no time to get equipment. That's the big issue. That's the big issue. Like, I need stuff that specifically gives food. Like, I'm not gonna be able to get it with the way the map is for exploring the wilds. Like, I think I just need to just focus on things that will give me food. Apparently gain food is one of them. Not gaining anything, though. So I'm not gaining any equipment, so Gnomish Exchange would actually be more painful than helpful. Rager's Ambush is a gain food, apparently. Gain gold, gain ambush. Waterfall of Youth, that's chance cards though, I don't like that. Like, that's honestly the biggest issue, is basically a lot of these things are so specific. General store... Actually, where's the healer? I think healer was in the back of the deck. I think the healer actually be a better option. In life, remove curse, revive companion, and it's also a shop. Results influenced by what is available to buy and sell in the shop. Oh, I guess we'll take the general store then. That's probably a safer bet. Alright. Every single card here has a gain food. Maybe go Shrine for Platinum. That's not a bad idea. It really isn't a bad idea. Yeah, let's get rid of Street Fighter. I wonder what St. Tala's Day is, actually. You know, I think we have every single thing we can to get food from. Actually, you know what? I know what we need. We need to get rid of Carriage of the Dead. That... I'm not trusting myself to gain 16. Like, rolling a 16 is statistically difficult. Like, we're... Actually, no. Carriage of the Dead's actually good, because we get gold. What am I saying? That's based off body. Bodies turn to gold. Gold turns to food. Let's think about this for a second. Like, the downside is, the one thing I've noticed about this adventure is it's not giving food, it's not giving gold, it's not giving anything. It is just an adventure that takes. And that's the thing that sucks about this. It is just an adventure that takes. We don't need Reaper's Arrow anymore, so... that would be completely useless. Adesius Charm. So we're gonna take Adesius Charm. What that, if we actually can find it, what that actually will do, it's increase an aura that lasts 60 seconds. Activate, gain +1 food for every enemy defeated, excludes undead. God damn it. Never mind. Let's try Lion's Heart. I don't know what Lion Hearts does, but it might do something helpful. Assuming that actually... oh, right, that's actually one other thing I wanted to put in the Frontier bar, but... anything that will help... enough help. I'm gonna use Rusty Weapons. For this in, but on the Merchant's Ring. Will hopefully aid us in our adventure. So it's 2 pain cards per... or it's 1 pain card per villager, basically. So, you have to feed people.
The kingdoms of death were once pledged to my throne. The usurper cares not for our old suits, however. He has driven the deathless from his lands.
Welcome back, my friend. The innkeeper greets you warmly. You travel with company, I see. I shall gather extra provisions. Now that we are such good friends, my prices for you are as low as possible. Buy food. Buy food for 14. Buy food for 1. And the innkeeper is really friendly. And the wretched. Alright. No! Ah, bollocks.
You might want to work on this. Clearly you lack what it takes.
Hungry peasants. So basically we have to come with a bargain here. I have no food. And try to push your way through. Why don't those stupid thieves just rob the inn? Okay, this is getting...
and troubles in the north. So it begins.
I'm sorry, I'm a little upset that negative food was the result. I know you guys are trying to kill... I know, Robbie, you're specifically trying to kill me, but honestly, dude, that... I'm honest, like, if we get another night of just consistently dying and failing, I might actually turn off Twitch integration because of that, because... if your intentions of malice have been nothing but a thorn in the runs. Like, it gets fun at times, but honestly, it also hurts a lot. It really does. Like... and it's because it's such, like, it hurts even more because it's a small scale, obviously. It's because I don't have a lot of people watching. But at the same time, man... like, there's... what did I expect? Honestly, I had no expectations. That's the first thing. But then but you've already said you intentionally plan to do this full of malice. So...
Oh, you make a poor apprentice. Cultivate focus.
No, I didn't. I never said I live and die on Twitch chat. I never live and die on Twitch chat. I am allowing the Twitch integration, which will help actually tell developers and such, is like, hey, this is what is a strength about the game, this is what a weakness is about the game. It's about testing things. And that's the important part about, you know, games like this that actually try to include some sort of Twitch integration. And these are lessons developers have to actually become aware of. You enter a tavern as the storm lights up the night sky. The bar is packed with fellow travelers seeking respite from the weather. As you make yourself comfortable in a relatively dry corner, a band of northern raiders kick in the doors. Prepare your souls for cleansing, godless heathens. Ready your weapon. Nobody lives and dies by Twitch chat alone. A lot of people get their energy from Twitch chat, but even then, there will be someone else who will come. Really? They gave me the daggers as the rusty weapon? I guess I can't... Like, nobody lives and die alone just from Twitch chat. Like, some people may have energy. I guess I can't riposte these guys. Either that or the weapon is just so weak that you can't riposte. Aw, really? I'm actually surprised. It got double hit. I'm switching to the shield. Although, to be fair, it only gave us on negative on this one. It only gave you negative on the last one? Push. That was a +3 on the last one. This one is all negatives. An others retreat into the storm. The innkeeper serves a round of drinks in your honor. Here, an old soldier left me with this before renouncing his adventuring for good. I want you to have it.
Holy weapons for the righteous warriors. In this case, I guess you'll do.
Honestly, like I said, there's a certain level that makes this nigh impossible. That is very fortunate. Uh, 16. Nope, you're just stuck with that. 9 deceased. A 6. Nope. 20 gold. All we're getting. Speaking of that. That. Buy food. Tried, you're super expensive. We don't need you anymore. And we're gonna get rid of you. Actually, I didn't even check what the equipment was. I'm a fool. Lionheart, what do you do? Receive 3 max life and 30 life when activated. Used in camp. Armor of Gluttony. Frontier Barbet. The Frontier Barbet is actually worthless. I just realized that. You have to do a gambit first. And you need 12 fame for the Armor of Gluttony to do anything. This is bad. I'm hoping that'll actually do something. We don't need gold. Actual advice, go for the armor. Yeah, the Armor of Gluttony is actually the best, but you can't even equip it yet. And it's one of those questions if we will. Greater ambush. I'm fine with this. Like I said, the smaller amount of people you have, the more it becomes a lot more important.
Yet we will press on regardless.
Out of here. Let's cute. Love the fact that we're using this rusty sword. But every vote matters in those things, or in these things. Search for spoils. Right, it's a chance gambit, and you can lose stuff too. I forgot about the Raiders ambush. I was like, so that was the card voting. Can be good and can be bad. Fine, lose 20 gold. Fine, that was not the best option, but. And the little brat stole her food. Gonna give him the one food. That could have been useful a long time ago. I hate this challenge. I really hate this challenge. Forget the gold token. Forget it. We're not doing it. There is no way. Not with the cards we have in this deck. There probably is a way to do it, but not with the cards in our deck. You know the land is in peril when those who do not fight, fight. And because the soldier's the Empire, she won't actually fight her own kin. Okay, they have bombs. Oh, you could subdue them. Well, I've learned my lesson. The remaining peasants back away, beaten and exhausted. But for a few scraps of food, you could have spared these men's lives. You continue your journey, leaving 3 bodies to the crows. For killing peasants, you have failed to win the gold token. Oh my god. So the limit isn't the token. The limit, so you have to keep everyone alive for the gold token. To even win the challenge, you have to not kill 10 villagers. This is too brutal of a challenge. I am sorry. Like, even if you take out the Twitch voting, and this is doing every single challenge with the exception of getting 1 gold token. Like, that if anything is my big complaint. Later on, this game becomes so specific in its challenges. How many times are these guys gonna reanimate? This is disgusting. Like, it goes from one end to the other. Would you like to equip the exquisite blade? Sure, why not? Because I can. Like, the game is just giving me giving you nothing. Doesn't matter.
You should visit a campfire? Gasping with each step, hoping to survive. Find food if you can.
You can just fight and subdue them? I don't know.
Now would be a good time to buy some food.
Yes,
Think
yes,
about purchasing food here.
I know. Let's just say... lose 1 max life instead of taking starvation damage. Yes, equip the pious robes. Selling the armor of gluttony, though. Like, it takes a stupid amount of RNG luck just to get the right encounters at the right time. Hungry peasants. This is the dumbest challenge. Yeah, I'm getting out of this challenge. There's no way. If I can't get the gold token, there's no reason for me to stay here. General store,
You should buy food. You can't, of course. Your ill planning shows itself in so many ways. No food and no money to buy it with.
Well, at least we get these very rare voice clips. That's always a plus. What does this one have? Lionheart, the exquisite blade. I do like that they recycle the items, though, in the deck. Tarts, pies, and exotic lies. Tarts, pies, and exotic fruits. Can't buy anything.
She smells death upon you. Death promised but not delivered. Death whose time has been delayed.
The sky is unnaturally dark as you approach the ruined graveyard. A cloaked figure stands amid the crumbling tombstones. Despite your stealthy approach, it turns to watch your arrival. A death mage. The living have no place here, she rasps, the breath leaving her body with some effort. Though you will make fine source material for another minion. She raises her staff, and undead rise from the ground. Yeah, this, like, the strength challenge, this challenge so far are easily the most brutal challenges. With probably third being the resource gathering one. Countess Athanasia. This death mage turns dead into tools of chaos and slaughter. Use bash to break through her gruesome armor.
They will forge any alliance to stop us, even with this thing. On my mark.
There's the armor. I was wondering about that. What the? Tired of dealing with your stuff. Taking the blacksmith on this one. Like, thank goodness we found the pious robes, or else we would have just been dead. Oh, let's execute. Execute! Execute! Ah, that's a lot of these challenges are brutal. Smoking ash is all that remains of the necromancer as you inspect the contents of the crypts. There you find letters written and signed with the Emperor's seal, each one calling for your death. What have you done to earn the Emperor's wrath? As if in Answer, the voice of the hermit rings in your ears.
It is not for what you have done, but what you are yet to do. A powerful force presses against you, and every move takes you closer to the end of the game. You have few friends now.
It's not completely your fault, but it is partially your fault. It is partially your fault. I'm sorry. You have to accept some of the blame.
This is what we seek to eradicate. These creeping horrors that stretch across our land.
The wretched, Thomas the Ogre, and the mystery chest. And I say it's partially your fault, just simply because every single time you've been here, you have done nothing but vote options that will kill me. And I understand that. But I honestly didn't expect this game, to be so specific in its challenges that if you don't build your deck a very specific way, and if you aren't lucky enough, especially with the later end of these challenges, because it used to be like, okay, get to the end, there's a challenge, but you could survive, you could do well enough. The very stressful challenges like this, strength, I'd honestly argue that this is more difficult than the strength challenge. Because the strength challenge, at the very least, you fight. Your skill in combat is tested. And there are more ways to regain life than there is currently to gain food. Dunair's Talons, the Thorn Shell, and the Ring of Defense. The Death Challenge went well because we voted... Yeah, those more items that gave max health, and we also got lucky on the RNG as well. And the game... Like, the other part is, the game actually did go out of its way to give us items. It gave us gold for the Death Challenge, and that in turn we were able to buy items, buy blessings that also aided us in the challenge. There are very few times the game actually gave you the max health, the max life upgrade, but we were able to acquire other things. Some of the extreme challenges, however, Temperance, Justice, that's actually the one I was thinking of. Justice is brutal. Strength is absolutely destroyed, but a lot of the earlier challenges, it's like, it's, you know, tutorial land. Now we have to worry about Satan himself for some reason. Yeah, we do, unfortunately. Well, let's see what the devil challenge is. We have no companion. I also remember this devil card. I can't remember if this was it was probably a terrible card, but I can't even remember it. 4 lives hang in the balance as a mysterious stranger offers help. For a price. Be prepared for chance card games. Prepare for combat against the Empire. Okay, well, if we fight an Empire, then the Worker's Hammer comes on in. And from the outset, let's just do this. I'll go backwards here. We're fighting the Empire. Oh, things that bash. What's you? No, that's right, your card. Oh, so just also let you know, there's also challenges that actually that make the game, or specific challenges in the game, more difficult. So like this one here, High Priestess requires 12 blessings. Encrusted Mace, the Empress challenge. So if you want to make like the game super hard, you want to bring those items into the mission. You know, why not? Let's throw the Harvest Blade in. There's Challenge. Broad Shield. Dual Daggers. Honestly, I'm at the point I'm always taking the freaking Exquisite Blade and Golden Shield just for gold. Like, I know that sounds terrible, but it feels like that's one of the best things you can do. Alright, Gluttony, just take the armor. Just take the armor of Gluttony. chance gambits, huh? Avoid failure. Alright, Mask of Holy Fortunes it is. It's not dead. We're fighting empires. Use bounty. Ring of defense. I'm guessing that just gives 5 defense. Ring of food. Ruby ring. Sacrificial bond. Thieves Folly. Tiger's eye. Well, it says card games, so we're actually in a position to not really worry about a lot of this, so... Take the Ring of Defense. It's actually... What? Only 6 cards, what? I didn't expect 6 cards to be our limit here. Yeah, worst case scenario, we actually fight with, shuffle less. Down to a minimum of 1 shuffle. It's not bad. Although I don't understand why the shuffle less seems to be worthwhile. Because you're still guessing. That's a little... That's an odd one. Okay, well... We won't worry about the money then. The Imperial... What's this say? Alright, a one-handed weapon. We would have to build for a one-handed weapon then to get that. Alright, I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to build for a one-handed weapon. Let's try... Let's Shield of the Eagle. Ooh, actually, I'm interested in the Broad Shield. Let's try that. Do we have any anti... I think flame... No, that's 165% damage to Northerners. They're no good. Oh wait, no, there's the Archer's Bane. What am I thinking? Archer's Bane does extra damage. And we'll start with that. This is gonna be a short challenge. Gonna be a very short challenge. Oh, might as well try St. Tala's Day then. This sounds like an interesting one, so I'm actually okay just like throwing all of these new cards in. I get 6 supplies? Oh crap, you're right, I get 6 supplies. How do you know? Alright. Take those then. The bucklet's nice, but... Same thing with the artifact, that would be nice, but I'm not gonna worry about those. Illicit trade? Oh, token unknown. Why not? Fate's Dealings, the Cunning Man. Mage's Workshop, Purgatory. Probably Raider Prevention. And let's do... Fate's Dealing is probably just... Fate's Dealing, I bet, is probably actually replay a card. Perfect chance to see what platinum cards do for encounters, I guess. Yeah, this all seems like this is our only chance. Let's do Interception. I'm actually curious about that one. Also, do you love, you know, I just caught on to it. Because, Robbie, what you just said. 666. Do you love how the extra effort the dev team went, Defiant Dev went for this? Alright, let's give it a shot. 4 lives hang in the balance as a mysterious stranger offers help for a price.
Those who travel with you are more than mere pawns in this story. They have their own goals and their own needs. Yet their stories have ended, or they would be here by your side, would they not?
Ominous news. You arrive at a tavern one evening, anxious to settle beside a roaring fire with your companions. As you enter, however, you are surprised to find no familiar faces. After a meal and several hours waiting alone, a priest rusts in. Your friend Ariadne lies stricken at our temple. You arrive at the temple to find Ariadne lying on a simple bed, attended by a church official. He explains that she has been stricken with dark magic that is slowly draining her life.
Somehow this milady resists our attempts at curing, the official says sadly. It's as if her very soul were poisoned. I'm sorry, her time is limited.
The official leaves shaking his head. It is not my place to say, the young cleric whispers. But perhaps there are other places you may seek help. In my work, helping Northerner refugees, I've heard tales of their high priestess, a mystic of sorts who moves freely between the realm of men and the world beyond. If anybody could help your friend here, it would be her. You know that the Northern Priestess will not see you unless you possess enough blessings, but you have few options. With the young clerk's help, you ready Ariadne for transport and leave the temple. 12 blessings. Wait, what did you just realize, Robbie? Zero out of 4 blessings. So in other words, this challenge is all about getting blessings. Well, we're not getting the gold token on this one either. Let's move on.
Borders move when power is placed upon them. Can you hold that power back, or will it fall with you?
A peasant approaches you and says, "Great warrior, our village has become a regular target for the northern raiders. They set up camp near our village. There's no need to kill them all. If you incite enough fear, they will leave us alone. We have little to offer, but I'm sure we can find something to give you for your troubles." I need 12 blessings? You've got to be kidding me. You can't even get 12 blessings this early in the game. Defeat as many as possible. Sure. Beat you all with a bloody mallet. Damn it. Beat 5 of them. I don't even have any. I don't have enough stuff that actually get me enough blessings. You tell the peasants the cowardly northern raiders will not bother them any longer. Villagers offer you a small boon for ridding them of 6 raiders. Good fortune.
Given times are so dark, you are lucky to have allies willing to assist.
You are walking past a black plane-looking carriage when the door suddenly opens and a huge pair of hands lift you inside. The carriage leaps forward as the door is shut and you find yourself sprawled on a seat. Opposite, a huge, powerfully built, but unusually ugly man. Lord Apollyon requests your presence, the half-ogre declares. The creature is silent and the rest of the journey until you arrive at an impressive manor house. The Holy Mace requires 12 presses on the priestess. Yeah, that's actually one thing I noticed as well. You exit the carriage and are brought into a large hall for an audience with Lord Apollyon.
Oh, the great adventurer himself,
Apollyon begins, smiling broadly and stepping forward to greet you. He bows slightly, just to at least make this blessing challenge possible. But how would one challenge? Here's the thing, though. Isn't the High Priestess? That's actually. I'm trying to think now if the High Priestess actually is a challenge, or if it's a, or if it's something within another challenge. I actually don't know now. I have heard of your exploits. I, too, am but a servant of the Empire and its people. I'd like to offer my services if you ever have need of them. I don't presume to wield a sword or dodge a claw troll as well as you, of course, but I do try to support good people with supplies and such, especially heroic figures such as yourself. Apollyon invites you to stay and entertain him with stories of your adventures so far. He seems captivated by every word, and several hours pass quickly. You lead an incredible life. I hope you return again soon with more enchanting tales. Apollyon takes an item from many adorning the walls, saying, "Please accept this paltry gift. Perhaps it will help you rescue your friend." Shield just equips it. Allow my coachman to take you back, and please, come visit again anytime. Alright, Apollyon. Okay. That is interesting. Stop to rest in an inn. Feel the warm chill on your heart as you sit by the inn's hearth, trying to keep warm. Mask of Holy Fortunes. I'd rather buy that now.
Nothing like carrying an aura of purity unearned to give the game away.
16. But I have the hammer right now. Alright, we'll do one more.
You continue to involve yourself in northern affairs. Imagine what you could have achieved if you devoted yourself to study.
Ursus, a young warrior from the north, proposes a hunting contest. This kindly farmer saved my boy instead of handing him to the Empire. I will rid the land of the boars, destroying his crops in thanks. Who will be a worthy opponent? As you step forward to accept the challenge, the farmer warns. Not only have they been wreaking havoc on the fields, a huge white beast ate one of my lambs. I hacked off one of his tusks, but he still roams. You and Ursus shake hands before heading into the fields, paying heed to the gnarly grunts echoing in the distance. It's a shame I don't have enough fame to actually use any of this. Honestly, I think right now in this game, the one thing if you really want to hurt someone, it's gotta be in the food. Like, I think that's why everyone is so reliant on the gluttony. Card number 4. Huge success. Following its huge tracks, you find the monstrous white boar by the river. You stealthily approach as he sharpens his single tusk on a boulder. When he senses your presence, he grunts in the common tongue with a strange, lilted accent. Spare this old blood-blessed mortal. Beast can talk. Alright, well, to make things expedient, go with number 1. You lower your sword. The boar watches you with a sad red eyes before bowing cautiously. Divine Providence adds +2 to each of your dice during the dice gambit. You continue hunting until the sun begins to set, then haul your kills back to the farmhouse. Ursus paces in front of the pile of dead beasts as the farmer tallies your kills. This adventurer is the clear winner today, having slain 20 beasts, announces the farmer. Take a basket for my latest harvest as a reward. 7 food. 5 food. Oh my god. I'm grateful to you both. My fields will be safe once more, says the farmer, embracing his precious flock of sheep. Well...
Devils wait in the darkness, but which devil will you focus on?
As you pass near a darkened alleyway one evening, a blackened and misshapen hand grasps you, pulling you close to the darkness. You stand at the precipice of ruin. The Dark Lord has taken an interest in your destiny, and even now is engineering your downfall. Ooh, I gotta find a better way to do that voice. A hunched creature pulls you with surprising strength further into the shadows. But I can help. There is magic that can help you beat him at his own game. We can craft it, you and I. Doing so may test your spirit, but that's better than eternal darkness, hey? The Dark Lord Sauron? I know that guy. How is Sauron? He looks up at you, his yellow eyes glowing faintly. Do not fall to despair. We will meet again soon. Something tells me... Oh, there's the max life. That's painful. I'm curious.
You have to wonder why anyone would help you. At least my motives are clear.
You return to the fine mansion of Lord Apollyon and are granted an immediate audience. How goes your quest to save Ariadne? Lord Apollyon asks. Explain that you lack the blessings required to visit the High Priestess, or say that you have the blessings required. Wow, you're... Perhaps I could be of some assistance. I must confess I have a weakness for games of chance. Lord Apollyon leads you to a table in another room. A set of cards is already set upon it. If you win, then I will provide the blessings you require. Apollyon nods as he adds, yes, I have the means. You'd be surprised what magical trinkets end up in my possessions as part of my work. If I win, then you must pose with me for my next portrait. It'll be titled Champions of the Empire. Perhaps I shall have a statue of us made as well. He gestures to you for you to sit. I'll even stack the deck in your favor. After all, I enjoy the excitement of the game and care little for actually winning. Alright, we're accepting. I'm sure you'll do well. Absolutely none to worry about. Card number one. Number one. Well done, Apollyon claps in appreciation. I think you've played this game before. He gestures to a darkly robed man, who you failed to notice standing in the shadowed corner. The man comes to stand before you, his deep voice slowly intoning words in foreign tongue. My associate is a follower of an ancient religion that you may not be My associate is a follower of an ancient religion that you may not be familiar with, but rest assured that his devotion is second to none. As you sit through the lengthy ritual, you feel yourself drifting in and out of consciousness. Whether from the droning voice or the potent incense being burned, you cannot say. Guardian Angel, pick again. Optionally, retry any chance card gambits. After your rerolls in a dice gambit, reroll your lowest dice. Slow spin. Revive Companion. You suddenly awake, Apollyon watching you with mild amusement from across the table. I expect you'll want to begin your journey to the High Priestess immediately. I sincerely hope your friend makes a full recovery. How much you want to bet? Every single blessing we take from him becomes a curse.
The ties that begin to bind. The trap is slowly laid for you.
Cross the northern border and prepare yourself for the long journey up Mount Freitas. You're surprised, however, to find a band of northern warriors awaiting for you. The High Priestess is expecting you, the leader of the band declares.
You have proven yourself worthy.
I'll be happy to take that. With their guidance and protection, you quickly find yourself once more in the ritual house of Anthea. Apollyon is from Binding of Isaac, Apollyon is Satan. Interesting. I expect many developers to use myth and lore to be a foundation for creating characters. I know why you have come, the giantess begins, moving to inspect Ariadne. She quickly sneers, saying, It is no wonder your holy people cannot heal her.
This is no minor curse or spell from a magician. Beast of the underworld has tainted your friend's spirit, and without my help she will die. Esmeranthia pauses to consider you, her gaze boring into your soul. I think your fate will be to one day destroy the one who brings ruin to my people. Until then, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yes? The Queen of Frost sends you to another room as she prepares a ritual. Many hours later, you are summoned again. You find the Queen standing over Ariadne, who, apart from being famished, appears fully recovered. Leave when you are ready, as Maranthia declares, turning to leave. But heed my warning, hero. A shadow hangs over your soul. Stray but a little and you will fail, the ruin of us all. Malaclips told me he was going to the village of Rumstock to investigate a rumor of the magical artifact, Ariadne explains as you leave the ritual house. I was to meet him there some days ago.
I cannot understand how you come to be here now, given the challenges that have stood before you.
As you journey towards Rumstock, you are disquieted by an increasing number of rumors concerning the village. It seems that every traveler coming from that direction has heard of terrible ritualistic murders being performed in the woods nearby. The rumors also suggest the mage responsible has been captured.
Disguised himself as a bard, one fellow declares. I saw him with my own eyes as he took the look of a killer. Don't worry, continues the man. There'll be justice served for those poor souls when the necromancer burns at the stake.
Go to Rumstock.
So the noose begins to tighten, and we question the very stakes.
You arrive on the outskirts of the village of Rumstock with Malaclips being held up. No, let's... Hang on a second. And you made me lose a blessing. What blessing did I lose? I lost... What did I lose? Didn't lose the Divine Providence. That's fine.
I cannot see how alliances with the thieves of the Empire improve your situation. The enemy of your enemy is not always your ally.
I don't know, is that Ninja Zombie? Malaclips is not a killer, though. We met him, and he basically tried to avoid death as much as possible. You follow a trail of hearsay into an inn of the town of Alderos. The barkeep introduces himself as Hervey, and says, Father Gallifrey mentioned that you were a keen thief, so I have a lucrative proposition for you. A new reeve is to be elected. I've intercepted the letter and made the adjustment to include myself, the great Hervey of Alderos. All I'd like you to do is to get this list into the messenger's hand without him noticing. He hands you a sealed scroll. When the messenger arrives, he rests his satchel on the stool beside him. Do I bump into him, or do I drop all of my gold? Oh no, I have no doubt in my mind I took a deal with the devil. I mean, isn't Apollo considered the devil in Roman? Alright, let's bump into him. Ooh,
the pendulum is ever changing, and the challenges it presents change too.
Nope, that was it actually. That wasn't long enough. Basically, I need to have the thing travel at the same speed.
Poorly done. You must harness your will and find the quiet stillness inside you.
You pretend to trip into him, but he catches you trying to slide your hand into his satchel.
Thief! I'm being robbed!
He shouts. You escape before anybody tries to be a hero. You are camped on a side of the road one moonless night when a familiar pair of yellow eyes suddenly appears beyond the light of the campfire.
You have glimpsed your doom, I take it.
The curse is in the cards, you know. He limps from the shadows to sit next to you, although somehow the fire fails to illuminate his form at all. The spell that will be your salvation requires several unique ingredients, the cloaked figure explains. The first task will be to harvest the horn of a diabolic creature. I know of one that will be easy to overcome, he says, producing a silver whistle from the cloak. Strike quickly, though, he pauses to add, or it may escape and you will spend countless lifetimes regretting it. The whistle releases a sharp note and a fiery portal appears between the two of you. A short horned creature steps out as the portal closes. Hey, Theophilus, you called? The devil asks, looking up at him. Child-sized creature seems oblivious to your presence for the moment. Do we strike the creature from behind, or do we ask the creature for its horn? We're gathering reagents to try and, I guess, undo the curse. Let's actually try and strike it from behind. With a mighty blow to the head, you knock the devil unconscious. Soon you have removed one of the beast's horns and handed it to Theophilus, who places it in a sack made from the same dark material as his cloak. That will do for the first element. I must leave immediately to prepare it, Theophilus says, turning to leave. He regards the limp form of the hellspawn. Do not be here when he wakes up, mortal. It will be angry and you will not have the means to kill it. And the general store. Ooh, we can find out the Ring of Defense. Increases defense by 5. How very noticeable. Sell equipment. Have that. Oh. Let's take the Mask of Play Fortunes. Let's get. I don't know why I did that. That was actually dumb of me. That was really dumb of me, actually. Buy equipment. How much is that? 32. 32. That would give me 26. That would give me to 26. Really shouldn't do that, because the one thing I really haven't been using in this game is actually the inventory. You return to the fine mansion of Lord Apollyon and are granted an immediate audience. You say that another of your friends is in peril? Lord Apollyon remarks. How fascinating. You relate some detail as to Malclip's situation. We live in dangerous times indeed, Lord Apollyon says, shaking his head. Do you have a plan to save Malclips? Lord Apollyon asks. You explain that you have not yet visited the village of Rumstock to assess the situation. I expect you'll want to travel there immediately in order to save your friend. Would you like transport there? So basically he'll warp us to Rumstock, or we could walk. Alright, I see the decline as our first option, so... As you wish. I won't delay you any further. Good luck in your quest. And you take 15 life from me. Alright, well, the only thing we can do is approach it. A wooden stake with brushwood piled around it stands in the village center. A few peasants stand around, talking eagerly about the impending doom of the so-called necromancer. You track down the town mayor who, despite your pleas, refuses to consider sparing the mage's life. The creature is bound head to toe in blessed iron, and he'll stay that way until the burning under the full moon. Good, decent folk from this town have been murdered, and I will see to it that they receive justice. You plead Malclips is innocent. And who are you that we should listen? The mayor exclaims. It'll take more than the word of a nameless mercenary to free this creature of darkness. I'm actually curious. Huh. 14 out of 40 fame. Wow. How goes your quest to save Malaclips, Lord Apollyon? Wow, not only do we need blessings, we also need fame, and something tells me we'll also need a bunch of gold. And food, I bet. I bet this one is like, you need everything. Say that you have the situation under control. Those dreadful peasants in the provinces can be savage folk, Apollyon declares. But I have a solution if you will play the cards once more. If you win, then I will consider my considerable influence to spread word of your great deeds and service to the people. Bards will sing your praises across the empire. The rabble love nothing more than a hero, a real defender of the people, Apollyon explains dryly. If it helps, I'll even have my personal herald accompany you. Your needs are more particular in this case, so I must insist that you up your ante. If I win, you must stay and entertain my guests with tales of your adventures. What do you say? Does the prospect of another winning hand entice you? I don't think we have a choice in any of this. It's kind of fun, honestly, doing it this. That's the spirit. I won't accept Ariadne's help. So I probably should. We know that's a failure. So we know cards 1, 2, or 3. Of course you'd pick number 4. Continue. Another win, Apollyon exclaims. You are adept at both combat and the finer arts. I shall make plans with my associates tonight to support your cause, Apollyon declares. By the time you reach Rumstock, your name will be legend. Your fame in the region grows. Oh, thank you for the help. Alright. At your approach, a woman tending to her garden spots you. She sends her child to fetch the mare, and minutes later, a throng of other villagers approach, led by a balding man. Look, someone calls out, the hero of the empire is in our village. I don't have any other weapons, do I? Okay. You're here for the demon, of course, the mayor says as he approaches. You must have heard that we captured it ourselves. The peasants all cheer. Don't worry, the mayor continues. We intend to burn it during the full moon. You ask the mayor to take you to Malaclips, who you find sitting in a small cell, bound in silver chains, setting with glowing runes. With some effort, you manage to convince the mayor to release him in your custody for proper disposal. I'm sure you know best when it comes to the creatures of the underworld, the mayor says, but we have the fire planned and everybody is coming. Perhaps you could stay, just until the full moon? He asks hopefully as you lead Malaclips away. At the edge of the village, the mayor reluctantly removes Malaclips' chain and stands well back as you leave. Oh, thanks, Malaclips says. Those country folk weren't kidding around. He goes on to relate how he was set upon as he entered the village, being accused for some local murders involving magic. It seems that they knew I was coming. And where did they get those anti-magic chains from? You fill Malaclips what happened on Ariadne. What about Estrella and Kolbjorn? He asks as you begin your journey back towards the capital.
So many enemies await you, and so many would stop you moving forward.
I know, overall we've been treated with a certain level of respect during this adventure. It's just, we've been more or less a scourge upon everyone. The next day, you stop to rest at a small inn. There are a few other patrons as you consume a sparse meal before retiring to your room. Moments later, you hear a noise at the window. It suddenly opens, allowing a hood stranger to slip inside. Relax your swords, mercenaries, the woman exclaims, warding you away with an open hand. I seek only to deliver a message, that your colleague Kolbjorn has been acquired by the guild. You see, he continues, leaning against the windowsill, with recent setbacks to our income potential, we've had to expand our enterprise with kidnapping and so on. and a rival tribe has an impressive bounty on your friend's head. It's all just business. For only 150 gold, you can buy your friend's life back. Bring the gold to the East Market Square and someone will contact you. Otherwise, well, I can't say how he'll be treated by those barbarians, the cloaked woman says as she ducks back out of the window, vanishing into the darkness once more. Well, that's wonderful. Praise Saint Tala. On this day of penance and charity, you hear the priestess will be blessing one and all for no cost at the Church of Fires. You find the flustered priestess at the church, dealing with a huge crowd of peasants and nobles alike. You join the line, elbows are thrown and harsh words are exchanged, but you finally make it to the front. What blessings do you require? Quick, quick, I've not got all day. Pick 2. Bless for good health, be blessed for good wealth, be blessed for good harvest, be blessed for glory, be blessed for luck. Or we could request any blessing. Alright, for glory and good health. There were no life blessing cards in the deck. Priestess prays silently for a long moment, shaking her head. The gods are fickle today. A baker behind you makes an impatient noise. There are no life blessing cards in the deck. And you say glory. There are no... There. So we could bless wealth, good harvest, luck, or request any blessing. I honestly think if we just request for any blessing, it would be better than anything else. We'll request any blessing. Steady heart. Huge failure is considered failure in precision gambits. You may only be blessed for wealth once, the priestess calls out. There's a collective noise of complaint from the crowd. What did you say? We blessed for good harvest? Nope. I don't think there... Is there anything? Gods are fickle today. Be blessed for luck. There you go. Wow, that was nothing. You sit resting next to a river, one afternoon when Theophilus' dark form rises slowly from the water and limps towards you. He appears to be completely dry when he stops before you. Mortals often contemplate their own doomed existence in the light of the setting sun, but yours is more doomed than most. We should make some progress on your spell. Ask what is next, or ask why is he helping us? I don't ask why is he helping us. Ah, the stranger speaks. I have offered to help you with no mention of reward for myself. Of course you are suspicious of my intent. He stares into the distance for a moment before saying, I have my own reasons for seeing a poor, helpless soul escapes the clutches of the Lord of Evil. The next step is normally as difficult to achieve as obtaining a devil horn, but luck is with us again. The agent of your downfall has provided us with exactly what we need. He gestures as your skin begins to glow. To possess so many blessings is rare for a mortal. I shall add their power to the mix. Theophilus opens a small vial towards you, and with a sickening tug, you feel some part of you torn away. Steady heart, deft eye. We want to keep Guardian Angel. Honestly, I think deft eye is the one we should give away. Oh yeah, we can actually review them. Reduce the speed. They're all pretty good, but I don't know if we're actually gonna get any of these. I'm okay with getting rid of that one. Oh, we have to get rid of more. Fine, let's get rid of that. He still wants more. After all your rerolls in a dice gambit, reroll. Okay. Alright, he wanted 3 of them. This will do nicely, Theophilus says with satisfaction and as he seals the urn. Never lose hope, mortal, calls it as he returns to the river. The Dark One may still lose his prize yet.
Everything is a wager, but our difference is that we understand the game must have rules and definitions if it is to bind.
You enter a tavern one evening just as a gang of soldiers rise angrily from a table, leaving just a well-dressed civilian seated. You cheating son of a harpy, one soldier yells. Gentlemen, please, I cannot help if Lady Luck has taken to me this fine evening. Nobody's that lucky, a soldier exclaims, drawing his sword. The other soldiers advance around the table. The unarmed man suddenly leaps from his chair and ducks behind you, saying, Mercenary, I implore you. I am a humble and honest merchant in need of aid. Save me from this band of treacherous fiends whom I have offended merely by playing fairly a number of games of chance, and I'll pay with gold. Hey, that's our gold, Hansel, soldiers cry. Defend Hansel from the soldiers. Or get out of the way. Alright, we'll defend him. We warned you, stranger. Hansel runs and hides behind the bench, his moneybags clinking loudly as the battle begins. Oh, let's get to fight an Empire soldier. Let's bash some armor. Get out of here, Captain. Having dealt with the threat of vengeful soldiers, you turn to find a lucky Hansel lying behind the bench, a northern warrior crouched over him. A man who cheats has no honor, the northerner says matter-of-factly, sheathing his knife and hefting the merchant's moneybags. You will not cheat me again. The northerner moves to the exit, gold in hand. Search Hansel or stop the northerner escaping with the gold. Decisions. I don't know how to get this token. Do we settle for gold, or do we search Hansel? This challenge, despite its probably insidiousness, at the end, at the very least, takes all the pressure off of being like, just do, like, you have to focus your deck on just one thing. I get it. It becomes a lot more focused in terms of challenges, but man, it can be brutal. Alright, no one saying anything? I'm curious. I'm just gonna search Hansel.
Well done.
You discover Hansel to be wearing an item that might explain his recent run of good luck. The dealer draws an equipment with a gambit trait. Let's equip it. Hey, career. First time doing Devil? Yes, I would actually request, please don't do any sort of spoilers. I would be greatly appreciated. But of course, the gambling is completely open. At the sound of more Empire soldiers approaching, you decide to follow the northern example and exit discreetly. That was a very interesting card. But here we meet fair Lord Apollyon. You return to the fine mansion of Lord Apollyon and are granted an immediate audience. You say that another of your friends is in peril, Lord Apollyon remarks. How fascinating. You relate some detail as to Kolbjorn's situation. We live in dangerous times indeed, Apollyon says, shaking his head. I see you still bear the marks of battle yourself, Apollyon remarks, sending his butler for a healing potion. Okay, how goes your quest to save Kolbjorn? Apollyon asks. Say that you do not have the gold. Explain that you do not have the ransom gold. I'm assuming most people have finally decided to stop because it kind of feels like you have to go with the motion here. Let us explain that we don't. I'd like to help if I may, Apollyon says earnestly. Would you mind terribly indulging me in another little game? If you win, then I will give you the required gold to pay the ransom for your friend. No need to repay it, no strings attached. If I win, then shall we say that you owe me one day's service? I have business interests in the Northern Hills that require some important deliveries. As you know, the land is rife with Northern warriors, despite the Emperor's claims. How about it, adventurer? Kolbjorn's life could be saved with a turn of a card. Excellent, Apollyon exclaims. Let's begin. Yes. Let's double up the cards. We have 4 cards to choose from. 2 of them are at least success. 1 is failure. It's already been identified. Thank goodness for equipment. How's it going, Fist Miner? Lovely to see that. You and Robbie did this. You and Robbie did the same thing. Redraw. Oh, it's a full redraw. Full redraw and a full shuffle. My goodness. That is. Oof. See, I don't see how the Imperial armor actually helps with the shuffle. I really don't see how it helps. Failure. Luck is not with you today, it seems. Let's play again. If I win this round, then you must act as my personal bodyguard at the next Winter Solstice Festival. Alright. I see the game. It keeps stacking. It's one less shuffle if more than one. Oh, I know that, Fist Miner, but I mean in terms of actually aiding you. In terms of helping you win a card gambit. I don't see how it helps unless somehow looking at the cards actually will determine what is what. And that doesn't make sense because they all blend into one and then other. Card tracking? That doesn't make sense. You can't track cards when they all become stacked into one. This is not like looking at a... You can follow some cards, it's not random. That's interesting. Redraw. Nah, I don't see how you could do that. I don't see how you can do that, guys. I don't see how you can have card tracking in this. Like, how can you actually track cards when they all stack up on top of each other? Like, that would mean you would have to be able to discern.
Times of trouble, but when the
Some cards are stacked
turned,
on top. Try following the top one. Very carefully. You find yourself in the eastern district of the capital, approaching the markets. The Thieves' Guild would undoubtedly find you there and demand the ransom gold. You enter into a wide courtyard filled with stalls and milling citizens. Within moments, you are roughly drawn into a shady corner, protected from prying eyes by a variety of hanging carpets. Hello again, the cloaked woman begins brightly, her 2 beefy companions silently taking position on either side of you. How did we go? Are we saving any lives today? You hand over a large sack of coins, which promptly seized by one of the large men. Hope that wasn't too much trouble to get your hands on, the woman comments as the coins are counted. Eventually, the man nods to the woman and the 2 men leave, taking the gold. No hard feelings, hey? It's just business. The woman smiles, drawing up her cloak. Suddenly, she dashes away, vanishing behind a pile of rolled-up carpets. Afraid that you might have just been hoodwinked, you wander back through the crowds to see Kolbjorn being thrown from a moving wagon. You paid them, he says, standing and brushing himself off. I owe you my life. Kolbjorn relates his tale of capture and confinement by the guild. Estrella wasn't with me when I was taken. I don't know what fate has befallen her.
One has to wonder why a sudden wave of carelessness has overtaken your allies.
A herald enters the marketplace and announces that Captain Estrella Fiore, traitor to the Empire, has been captured. She has been sentenced to death by the Emperor himself, the herald continues. Let her fate be an example to all who would consider defying his will. It won't work, interrupts the Commodore. More executions he hands out, the more free people will rebel. The Emperor is cracking down on the lawless running rampant in this city, the herald responds, and you sound like a rebel yourself. Discreet inquiries lead you to learn Estrella is being held in a remote Empire stronghold. Nobody claims knowledge of where it is. Oh, lovely. The cards are, stacked. How would we ever rescue Estrella if we cannot even find her? Ariadne asks in anguish. Of course, we ask for Lord Apollyon's help. A general store. What equipment does he have? Ring of Defense and the Ring of Gluttony. I don't really need food or anything, actually. Illicit trade.
Can you claim this token?
Esmeralda's weapon carriage is parked down an alleyway in the shadiest part of town. You rap on the carriage door and ask to see her wares. She picks a panel under her seat and a secret compartment opens, unveiling a stock of weapons. I'll ask for the Archer's Bane. How about we make a deal, she says. The bells on her robes tinkle as she leads you to the door, pressing the equipment into your arms. In a few moments, soldiers are going to storm through and raid my respectable establishment. You take this for free, and I run. Okay. Shouts echo up the alleyway, spooking the carriage horses. Oh, thank you, Esmeralda pushes you out of her carriage and into an alleyway. You find yourself completely surrounded by Empire guards. Well, as nice as this is... Let's see, musket... Does that reflect? It does not reflect, it only blocks. I am actually also want to get this token, so I'll actually be equipping this for this For now, though, I'll do it. Let's beat up some soldiers. I want to slowly try and unlock that weapon token. Both are nice, but I don't have a shield. Like, there's barely any shields that actually deflect. Let's take care of the old musketeers. Kill all the musketeers, they're just gonna cause a problem. Apparently there are 2 left. I'm actually surprised you're alive. Bashy time. Ah, darn it. I guess it's only for the fan lengths. I can get some blocks in. Or bashes in. You unlock one of your supplies later. Esmeralda whips her horse and the carriage into motion. She waves at you as she escapes. Tell Malaclips I said hello. You scavenge what you can from the dead. Or armor. You can get the Ring of Helm or the Ring... Let's take the Ring of Defense.
For better or for worse, the Northerners understand these lands better than most.
One day you meet a Northerner displaced from her homeland by warfare. She explains she's a tracker for hire, working for those who can pay. She speaks length about the nearby terrain. It's the Great Traveler. For 5 gold, you're going to take you directly there. Ooh, it's a transport one. That's a very interesting. That's a very good card, actually. One day you come across a man wrapped in torn gray cloak sitting on a rock by the path through a sparse wood. Greetings, mortal, Theophilus utters as you stop. The next element of your magical salvation is approaching, he begins, without bothering to stand. You will meet a traveler on the outskirts of the forest. Sorry, that voice is really hard to do. Trade with him to obtain the feather of an angel. Do not reveal what use you would have for it. I wish you luck. Theophilus sits quietly as you continue on. Not long later, a dwarf bristling with bags, sacks, and other knickknacks. Let's trade, he suggests. I'm sure we can come to a mutually beneficial transaction. Trade for an angel feather. As it happens, I do have an angel feather that I traded from a kobold mystic in the western provinces. Do you need it for anything particular? The dwarf asks shrewdly. You begin negotiation. Yes, let's ask for help. So, what's the top card? So you're saying then we can track the top card. That's actually interesting. So you can only trap the top card. Is that basically what you guys are actually saying? You managed to convince the dwarf that the feather is probably a fake, worth more than a few beads and torn half of a map you find in your pack. The dwarf is barely out of sight when Theophilus is suddenly beside you, saying, That dwarf has never had such a valuable prize in his possession, and perhaps never will again. But now it is time for the spell to be completed. Theophilus takes the feather and adds it to the spell concoction. The vial gives a silent, bright flash, then returns to normal. At last, Theophilus cries in excitement. After all these years, I will be free. You lunge forward, reaching for the vial, but Theophilus is already opening it.
Nicely timed.
You can track all the cards through the bottom, though the bottom cards are the most difficult. The top card is the easiest one. You can theoretically track all of them. I don't see how you could track... Okay, the top card. That makes sense now. I can't believe I didn't realize that. I didn't even realize that for Hand of Fate 1. But tracking all of the cards? That sounds interesting. Love to know how you could actually pull that off. No! Theophilus cries as you wrestle the vial from his grasp. Please, mortal, you don't understand. This is my only chance for freedom. Ask that he explain himself, drink the contents of the vial, or give him the vial. I'll ask that he explain himself. I was like you once, full of purpose and an inflated sense of destiny, Theophilus says bitterly. I dared to stake my soul on a card game. I've been enslaved since before the Empire formed, before even the Dragon Slayers waged their war. I've seen and done things that would drive you to madness. Without that vial, I shall suffer countless lifetimes more. Well, I don't know what to do, but do we give him drink the contents of the vial, or do we give him the vial? Robbie says drink it. You say Fist Miner says drink it. Kerr says not to give him to him. Let's be a terrible person. We're drinking it. Eternal Hope. A huge success is added to every chance card gambit. What secrets could this reveal? No! Theophilus exclaims. You have condemned me to eternal torment. Now I'm even more curious. What would happen? I do like that this game has a lot of replay value. I'm surprised this is no normal shade. Theophilus, desperate for salvation, your ally who has turned against you. Grace can drain life with an unavoidable spell. Attack them to quickly stop the effect. Stop eating my soul! Stop it! Stop! I don't even think you attack. I don't think shades attack now they realize, aside from the life drain. Do the monkey. Death is no release for me, Theophilus whispers as he fades away. And soon it won't be for you either. You return to the fine mansion of Lord Apollyon and are granted an immediate audience. You say that another of your friends is in peril, Lord Apollyon remarks. How fascinating. You relate some detail as to Estrella's situation. You live in dangerous times indeed, Apollyon says. Once again, he always says the dangerous times. I see you still bear the marks of battle yourself. How goes your quest to save Estrella? Lord Apollyon asks. Change the topic of conversation, or we ask for help in rescuing Estrella. I'd be surprised if it actually leads anywhere. Alright. This miner says we want to change the topic. Of course, Apollyon says. Shall we discuss your past exploits once more? Tell me more about the ogre you encountered. You talk at length of your adventures before you realize several hours have passed. I must attend to some pressing business now, but please, visit any time.
Enjoy your stay.
Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Fist Miner. Enjoy your stay. I really wish Anthony Scordy, the dealer of this game, and Defiant Dev did a Twitch voice pack. They did. I overall like the Twitch integration. I think it goes well with a game like this. But I really wish they went a step further and added a voice pack. I mean, Wayne June does a great job of voice acting from Darkest Dungeon. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna have to visit him again. I guess when it comes to the devil, there really is only one choice. It is no trivial thing you wish to gamble for this day, Apollyon says, looking concerned. Even I cannot sway the Emperor's decision on your friend, and helping you intervene would be tantamount to treason. Perhaps if you win, then I could give you the means to rescue your friend, Apollyon concedes. But if I were to make such a gamble, then you must risk something equally significant. Apollyon leans forwards, fixing you with his gaze. If I win, you must serve me until I release you. Or until I die, of course. Apollyon smiles softly at the suggestion. Well, champion, Apollyon asks, clearly eager to begin the game. Are you willing to gamble another life for another? I think there really is no choice. We're pretty much having to accept here. Apollyon smiles wickedly and deals the cards. Wow, you actually needed that, huge success. Oh my god. Well, neither were the top card. It's supposed that makes perfect sense considering the situation. You say number 3. That was fast. That was stupid fast. Huge success. We'll continue. Apollyon sits silently for a moment, glaring at the cards before turning on you in anger.
You cheated! How did you do it? Tell me what magic you possess.
The room falls into a shadow as Apollyon throws the table aside with a flick of his wrist and advances on you. Flames erupt from the hearth and Apollyon seizes you, declaring, I must grant your prize, mortal, but know that I will not forget this. The world fades to darkness.
Can you hope to resolve things now?
Card tracking is real. You have made me a believer. You have made me a believer, Career and Fistminer. You two have made me believers. You awaken later, just out of sight of the Empire Fort, with various items and potions scattered around you. You gather what you can as carry-on birds suddenly lose interest in you and fly away. We don't need the Armor of Gluttony. Take the Reinforced Helm. What? We're fighting something big here. Well armed and feeling invigorated, you approach the fort. A call to arm rises from the walls as twin ballistas stall your advance. Imperial soldiers block the path ahead. Ooh, I've never seen a Knight of Steel before. Definitely never seen a Knight of Steel. Oh, it's a Black Knight. Okay. Enricus the Warden, loyal to the Emperor and unforgiving in battle. Heavily armored, a knight can easily turn the tide of battle. Use bash to break their armor. You. Ah, darn it. Ah, come on. I should be thankful I have so much defense. The worst part is, I have a feeling there's like a Brimstone card. Ah, come on. I should have just used the weapon art. Ah, come on. Break the armor. 100%ing the game, they'll do that. So many cards. I didn't even know there was a Hearthstone emote. I didn't know there was a Hearthstone emote. I don't play Hearthstone anymore, but I had fun when I did, though. With birds already feasting on the greater part of the fort's garrison, you gain easy access to the fort and locate Estrella in her cell. Took your time, she says with a crook smile. You briefly relate the difficulties that have beset you, your other companions as you exit the now deserted fort. I overheard the warden say that someone gave them information. Told them right where I was going to be the day they ambushed me, Estrella says, pausing to relive a fallen soldier of his weapon. It sounds like someone with a lot of clout went to a lot of trouble organizing all of this. You're making powerful enemies.
The impossible seems out of your grasp, at least for now.
How the hell do you get the... How the hell do you get the sun token from that? At least I kicked the crap out of Satan. Yep. 3 of them. Oh, is that... Wait. Okay, this is gonna sound ridiculous of me, but I'm guessing Blizzard actually has a dedicated Hearthstone Twitch channel. Where the, you know... It's been a long time. You need to give the potion to the old man to get the gold token. But how do you win... But then how do you... I'm guessing an event happens because all the cards are failure then when you face Apollyon. Find out how how to do it. Find a way how to do it. Yeah, because all the cards lead to failure. That's an interesting desert trek. That would be a very funny way to actually have that happen.
There is much left to do, but we are beginning to.
Rescuing your companions, the little devil. Oh, we broke his horn. The dwarven haggler, gambling Hansel, return to Rumstock. We also get the peeler, Dionysius's revenge, and the ram shield. We also got some more tokens too. That's right. We're trying to defend Hansel the gambler. Ring of concentration. We're taking the heat for Esmeralda the merchant. Merchant's favor. It becomes a platinum card. Ooh. You know what? I bet what it is, if you... Aside from Desert Trek, but Desert Trek is a curse, though. That's a curse. How could you get there? Things to think about later. But tonight, though, we're done here. I usually only go for 2 hours, 8 to 10 p.m. Pacific time. But these challenges are getting very, very long, so I'm not afraid to run a little bit longer than normal to try and finish. Usually we'll try and go for either 2 or we go for 2 hours or until we actually die. The Gold Devil token content is super overpowered. I'll be honest, getting a lot of these gold tokens have been pretty difficult. Have been very difficult. Strength, gold token, stupid difficult. I couldn't even, even getting some of the weapon tokens in this game are extremely difficult. It is... this is really ramping up the difficulty to an absurd level. That's gonna do it for us tonight here. Let me see here. Is anyone I know who's actually streaming right now? See here. Looks like there's actually 2 people who are actually streaming. Right now there is Buddha Meds, who is streaming. He's actually streaming ARMS. I believe he's actually playing with a couple of people. That, of course, is a Nintendo Switch game. I've been enjoying that, actually. I just got myself a Nintendo Switch, finally. So I've been enjoying. Justice is a pain in the butt. No, we're not doing a raid. I'm not doing a raid. I always just simply, at the end of my stream, I always give suggestions of people to watch. Because I know a lot of people, they watch some other streams and stuff. I always like giving suggestions. When it comes to raiding, I like raiding,
but I find too many people try to do raiding with, like, too small of a group. And I know raiding, they just made that a feature, but I prefer doing hosting still. Just for the moment. No, we're not doing a raid, guys. We're not doing a raid. I'm just gonna give a host at the end of the stream. Like I said, it's something a little smaller. Philip Plays is doing his Game Sharks challenge. Well, you can go check out Philip Plays on Twitch. But the two people that have is Boodameds, that's BOODAMEDZ. He's actually streaming some ARMS. And we also have That One Video Gamer. You might know him on YouTube as Gerard the Completionist. He is actually working on his New Game Plus reviews, and he's going through Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 Turtles in Time for the Super Nintendo. You can go and check out either of those channels there. Both are very entertaining, very chill. If you definitely want to go for a lively crowd, I would definitely recommend checking out That One Video Gamer. It's a very nice, chill group of people. Great to actually meet and network with some people. But that's going to do it for me tonight, though. Thank you very much for watching. Also, thank you very much for also letting me know about the card gambits. Really appreciate that, Career and Fistminer. But we'll continue this tomorrow. See if we can knock out, at the very least, knock out 2 more challenges. And maybe we can get one. We've had a couple nights of just failure. But, once again, thank you very much for watching. And until then, take care.